Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll look how to create some interesting material by using hypertextures material. So let's go ahead and first, what I want to show you is how we will create material. And after we'll try to do some little fun project, how to use this material. So right here we have a cylinder. Go open material editor and we are in advanced material editor. If you're in a basic, like this looking, just click on a button that says Advanced Material Editor. Next, we're going to switch to Volumetric Materials. When we switch to Volumetric Materials, under tab Light and Effects, under Lighting Model, we're switching to Hypertexture. Okay, as a hypertexture, we're going now to Color and Density tab, right click on a Density Production and select Edit Function. In the edit function, we'll add additional noise node to our density. So just go click and be sure it's connected. As a noise, we're going and select cellular parent and we'll go to Verona. Okay, on this one, we'll reduce down a little bit more. Okay, or let's go ahead and switch to generalize at this point. This will give us a little bit higher contrast between areas. Okay, let's click OK. You can notice right now we already have it kind of looking interesting bubbling effect. What we need to do is enable use distance field. Okay, and maybe work a little bit with density. Let's pop up quality better. So we'll reduce slightly density and work a little bit with the field of depth. So this is about right in a way. I think it will work very well. You know what? Maybe we want to increase slightly. So let's have it bigger kind of bubbles in this case. Okay, next, let's select the material layer. And as material layer, we're going open and we'll load it something already pre-made. So we'll be under glasses. Just select the bubble. Click OK. And right now, if we will look on our render, you can see we have a material creating. It's look like a lot of bubbles coming together. Okay, so let's go next. We'll right click and says copy this material. So I want to reuse this material. You can also go ahead and just save it. Okay, let's delete this cylinder. Okay, next what I want to do, it's create some fun scene for us. So we'll have a cylinder. Let's increase a little bit bigger size. Okay, make smaller. We also make second cylinder. I just normally press Alt button and just move it so we have it right here. And I'm going to slightly reduce size of this. And what we have one cylinder inside another one. Be sure the cylinder that inside is slightly taller than cylinder that's wrapping around. Next, select cylinder one which we just created. Next, select one above and click on the Boolean difference. So if you move your camera above, you notice we're creating like an empty barrel. Okay, next we're going to do is assign some materials to this. And I'm going to open material and we'll go ahead and load it, our material. You can load any material you like it, but I just pre-made very fast one material that is look like a wood barrel. So next what I'm going to do, it is creating water inside. So just have it one barrel, increasing in size. If you want precise, you can always just copy one that we made it. Okay, I'll just put it right here. Okay, we'll shrink this a little bit down. And we'll just go ahead and load it liquid, and just anything. I'll put tropical water. Next, I will duplicate this and right click and paste my bubble material that I just created. Okay, we're gonna also slightly decreasing. Okay, maybe about this. Next, what we're missing, we need to put it somebody inside. And I have a person that I did create an poser before and save it as collider file. So let me go ahead and import this object, but you can also create just anything you like it or anyone and just place it in this bubble tab. Okay, so right here we have our importing our collider object. It's a little bit small, so I'm going to resize. Take our ugly man, put him inside this tab. Okay, let's also take our main camera and move above. Okay, and we can change our ground, maybe tiles, I don't know, something. Maybe not tiles. Let's see if we can find some other material. Okay, here is a preview. And you can see we maybe want to replace this material, but right here we have a lot of bubbles in our bathtub. So let's remove it. Change our ground to something very simple so it doesn't distract us from this. We'll take our water material and slightly going up. Take our bubble material and also increase a little bit higher and maybe slightly reduce scale. So you can try play around with this as well. And I think one more time render in preview mode. Okay, and bubbles look much better already. Looks like he in a bathtub. And I think we're ready to set our final render and see on this little project how this material will look. So to do this, actually, I'm going to switch to global opacity, a little bit going more to ambient light. Okay, next I'll take my sunlight. Okay, let me go ahead a bit to readjust it. Okay, I'll create one more source light and I'll go put it a little bit behind our model so we have it not that hard shadows. Right here and reduce. Okay, and we go ahead, set to final render, and let's see our final image. Okay, so right here you can see our image, and you can see how we have it bubbles. It's kind of nice to play with the hypertexture materials. Also, what you can do, you can go ahead inside the material, and if you want it, you can modify the bubble material, work a little bit more with transparency, increase or decrease transparency, add Milkway. Anyway, just work with the material underlaying as a bubbles, or you can use it some of bubble material, so bubble from a Geekatplay Megapacks. Again, this is any material you can apply it, and here is our hypertexture material, which allowed us to create those bubbles. Okay, again, thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please remember to visit us on our web is www.geekatplay.com.